Benvenuti a tutti! Oh, something seems to be wrong with me. I'm sorry. Hello, I'm trying to move around. Can you see me? It's my mouth. My mouth is going. I'm very sorry, everyone. Anyway, let's forget that ever happened, guys. Totally. But, benvenuti a tutti. It is me, the Italian jester VTuber, the one and only, Pulcinella, and it's lovely to see you all. Now, as I've said before, I'm going to be gone for a little bit starting this Wednesday, so today and tomorrow I will be streaming. And I think I'm going to go back and play some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, specifically Trials and Tribulations. I beat Game 2, now I'm going to start Game 3 on stream. So, without further ado, because the trial might take a little bit of a long time, I think I might as well just launch into some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Yes, I would like to play this game. Turnabout Memories. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. ... Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. I'm a simp. And I just flagged you to the curb. Oh my god. Bro, why am I dressed like that? It wasn't me! I didn't... I didn't do it! Phoenix, what did you get yourself into? And why do you look so stupid? Oh, prequel. 5 years earlier. Maya Fey, second trial. April 11th, 9:40. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapels. You obviously need to let that temperament go.
I'm sorry, it's just I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me with your earnest request last night.
Let me handle this case. You suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean.
What? You mean you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, let me check the court dossier. Profiles. Marvin Grossberg, my superior. My client, Phoenix Wright, a third-year student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Doug Swallow, the victim. He was a 4-year pharmacology student. Dahlia Hawthorne, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, dated the victim, Doug Swallow, up until... Okay, she totally did it. Case closed. That's how first cases always work.
Don't let your client see you're so nervous. You see this poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I got. Yep, it'll be fine. No, bro. What's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers, people screw it up all the time. Yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way. I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I'll save you. Let's check out the autopsy. 4-9 at 3 p.m. Electric shock. Please let go of my shirt. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one that should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. No, this guy totally did it. This Phoenix Wright guy, so sketch. Okay, I spent a year not being in court. Did I just lose really badly? Oh, damn. Trial traumatized me so badly, I would never step foot in the courtroom. It's been 1 year. And now I'm back, and I'm gonna defend this guy who totally did it. This Phoenix Wright guy will never amount to anything. April 11th. All right, let's go.
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you?
Yes, well,
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Yeah, this guy's... Oh, we hit the table slip. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well, I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl, it will all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. The students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
This certainly makes the defendant look like a very suspicious indeed. Very well. This court accepts it into evidence.
Alright, let's check it out. What could be interesting? I don't know. Let's see. Anything in the profiles about this guy? Okay, just pharmacology. Dated Doug Swallow until 8 months ago. Winston Payne is back.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died after a rather unusual death.
What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, the defense would like to take this question. It's a electrocution. I read the court documents.
Please say you know at least this much.
I did read the file.
My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here, the details of the case are filed on the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record, I can see that by placing tab. I already saw it, okay, Grossberg. Yes, sir. Court record, I'll just press tab. What was the cause of death? Electrocution. How could such a thing happen? No, obviously, look at the stupid power lines in the photo.
One more vital issue.
Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Why? Because they were exes. I read the damn court record.
He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know.
He was actually good at his job.
What was the source of the bad blood? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
All weapons can be found in our court record. People's profiles, I know. What was the cause of bad blood? It was Dahlia. Dahlia, I wanna take you to the... Walia. This woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fey. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
Oh, you stuttered again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payton, please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The defendant himself, yeah, let's let him on. No objection. Cross-examine. Cross-examine. I was trying to make that up, but it sounds dumb. Yeah. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? I was a university student. What's his major?
I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I can't sound like I'm sick. Currently, it's cool. Bro, what's your major? He was achoo. He has a face mask. He's doing his part. Mr. Wright, tell us about your relation to the victim.
Witness testimony.
The victim and I. The victim and I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find the body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I had never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. I didn't know that he was British at all. And I guess I'll grill him on everything, and I'll do the cross-examination. How does she not know this? I know it's your second case, but like, What if he's not British? I mean, we have no proof that he's not British. Okay. The victim and I. Let's check the quad record. I admit I was there. Okay. 0.9 at 3 p.m. No clocks in the photo. Fourth year pharmacology student. He's a third year art student. Okay. Not a killer. All I did is find the body. Hardly. Okay. Did Dolly ever tell you about this guy? Do you know him or not? You knew his name. I used to date Dolly. Dolly Hartland. That's all I knew about him. I never... He was British, you say. That could be the key to the case. Oh, then how did you know he was British? I'm so stupid. I'm just... Wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Let me check out the photo. Where the hell's the Union Jack, man? I don't know if I object to this, but let's do it. Sure, you saw the Union Jack. No Union Jack. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the t-shirt. How did you see the t-shirt underneath? Oh. This guy did it. This bum should never be allowed in a courtroom ever again. Mia, you made him cry. The P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Phoenix Wright was all wrong. We love doing the prosecution's job for us. Bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? I took some, but... Was the medicine you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. How do you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Coldplay. Bop, 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 ba, da, bop. I lost my medicine. Where is his medicine? Oh, no. Really? Wait, let's check the watch. Check the watch. I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. Let's see. Okay, there's another picture. We should let it into evidence so I can look at the guy's watch. But I'm sorry, but I afraid the argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, as Mr. Wright's fingerprints all over it. Something is murderous intent. Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped it by Mr. Wright in his hand. His purpose doing so can only be to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. This seems kind of far-fetched, but... Alright, let's check out the photo. Boom. Stopped at time of death. Found the clutch in the victim's hand, covered in... Stopped at time of death. Okay, that's 12. Okay, so it's like 3:10 maybe. Okay, so it's plausible, I guess. Let's see. Unless it's like 12:15 is what they really want me to say. Oh, like, no, I mean like 3:01. I'm stupid. 3. Okay. It's plausible. Killer X. Killer X. Anything different about the... Victim's wristwatch was broken. Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. This is really bad. Oh, my bros, shut up. No one cares, man. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. We talked a bit at around 3. We split up. I went back and found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X, but I lost it around lunchtime at the day of the incident. Oh, true. I'm sorry. I was afraid I couldn't tell you the truth. Okay, what really happened? How did you know this guy? Well, I guess Dahlia told you about him. The truth is, I went because he called me. What did he call you to do, man? No, I'd never met him, but he wanted to talk to me about Dolly. She's kind of my sweetheart. What's that for, Mia? He's also the lover of Doug Swallow. It's one of those nasty love triangles, I see. We press everything, that's how you be a real lawyer. They called him the Alchemist. Tell me more about these devices. High voltage electricity. What if he got shocked by that? Come on. Electrical poles all around the building, high voltage cables above the roof. He talked for a bit, and around 3 o'clock we split up. Later I found him lying there. How later? Found the body. Why'd you go back in the first place? I was angry with him. Why did he go back? Come on. I thought we could make up. Taking Cold Killer Extra the last 2 or 3 days, I lost it. What was happening around that time? I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met approximately at the time of his death. The defendant went back to the scene for the unknown reason. This testimony cannot be trusted. You're a proven liar. Too much work for a little girl. Winston Page misogyny arc. That's crazy. One mystery still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet. You are correct, Your Honor. We know it's the cables. Duh. Established murder method. We should be able to solve the mystery. Obviously, it's the evidence. Show the picture. Boom. Obviously. Look at this. Look at this graph. Duh. I'm sorry. They have high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables cause of death. Could have been an accident. I do believe some praises in order. The victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. What if there was someone on like the roof of the building and they detached the thing or something, okay? We have proof. Irrefutable proof to establish Mr. Wright was the murderer. His fingerprints are on the cable. No, please, man, please. The victim's wearing a leather jacket. Leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's... Okay. He squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order, that's enough. I think we can conclude there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Maya. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. He's wrong. He's innocent. No further evidence is required. At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict. Objection! I object! I object! Boom. Boom. Do you have something to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. Come on, man. Tell us how your girlfriend manipulated you, or whatever. I don't know. There's always extenuating circumstances in this game. Miss Faye. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe you and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault that he died. That's interesting. What happens to the umbrella being tilted? That girl! You shouldn't see her anymore! Hey, it's none of your business. Oh, I'm telling you, for your sake, you're gonna stop seeing her. It's bad news. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. I hate British people. But if he shoved him that way, then why was he facing the other direction on the ground in the photo? I guess maybe accidental murder. I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced that you are. But please give me one more chance to explain. I'll tell the whole truth. Okay, let's go. One more witness testimony. Feels... Really? It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Really? We love pop culture references, don't we, folks? Okay, he was talking bad about Dolly. I hate Dolly Parton. Her music sucks. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. I heard a loud noise, and a little while after I left, I started to get worried, so I went back, and he was lying there, dead. He flew back and touched the electrical cable. Light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. There weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there was something like that, I would have noticed it. My cross-examination doesn't... Okay. We need to find evidence. I think we're gonna grill him. Tell me about this Dolly character. He was talking bad about Dolly, and what did he say specifically? He said all sorts of terrible things. She was a bad girl. I was a bad girl. I did some bad things. I said I did it for fun, admitted nothing. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. He said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. Does leather conduct electricity? See, like, if he's lying there on the ground, then why is he lying the other way in the court record? I gave him a light shove to the chest, and tell me how he was lying down after you shoved him. There's no severed cable anywhere to be seen. It's possible he merely overlooked it. Well, I guess it's possible. No, it's impossible. I heard some kind of loud noise. What would you say the loud noise is, Mr. Wright? It was really loud. It was like a snap. The sound of the victim being electrocuted. Let's ask for more details. Loud noise. What was it? It was like a sharp crack. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and broke. Objection. Not that one. The body was definitely moved. That was probably annoyance. Update your testimony. Yes, very. Of course it's important, man. Add to the testimony. He fell on top of his cheap umbrella. Objection. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? If I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. Take another look at the crime scene photo. Victim apparently fell on top of his umbrella, but the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed, he was still alive. No! Order! The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
Give it to the court record. Owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. The umbrella could have simply been blown by... No, if there was a guy on top of it, then how would it move? Okay, you idiot. Bro, how are you a lawyer?
But...
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. Yo, innocent until proven guilty? What is this? I'm joking. In this game, usually it's guilty until proven innocent. Victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. Well done, Mia. Let me guess, there's someone who talks about it and they don't mention the sound.
I was expecting too much of a free ride.
I was foolish enough to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. We have a second witness. Incontrovertible. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dolly.
I do, Your Honor.
The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. She was at the scene of the crime when it took place. Really? Really, Diane? Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. I've been waiting for this. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think it's a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Miss Faye. I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright, at least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me, I know she will. Why do you think that? She's the love of my life, that's why. Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. Bro wants to be a lawyer? Never gonna happen, man. I thought it was fate. First set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Take a look at this. Let's enter it to evidence. She gave this as a symbol of our love. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, and before she gave it to me and said, I want you to carry this. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my little Dolly. It makes me so happy I want to share it to everyone I meet. He shows it to everyone. Okay, so someone's gonna say they didn't know about it. She's so shy. Any time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, couldn't have been August 27th, couldn't it? This happened on August 27th right here in the courthouse. Murder in the courthouse? I think I understand what you're trying to say, and I think I understood why you suddenly took a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I right? Let me check the news article. Murder in the courthouse? Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim, and let me check out. Oh, and she gave you the bottle because it's incriminating for that. Maybe she wants to frame you that for 220. Okay, yeah, it's plausible it was her. Let's finish this myself. I'll have a good look in the downstairs reading room and whatever else I find, and hopefully I'll shut up about my hemorrhoids. That recess did not seem like it was 20 minutes, okay? I literally checked the clock, it was 2 minutes in real time. I guess maybe I skipped the dialogue too fast, because there's a lot of yada 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 in these games. I guess that's the point, it's a visual novel. New save file. Who did Trials and Tribulations. Trials and Tribulations, I've had my share. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in this case, I must commit you witty a glow of complete sin. Okay, she totally did it then. Can't wait for her to break down and go crazy. It's gonna be so great. We're gonna get you on the ropes. I know you did it, Dahlia. What's your phone name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. Thank you for calming my nerves. You all are all so nice. I almost feel right back at home. What is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it is an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. No, the honor is mine. We know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard? And their like is better than yours. I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, I can see why you'd say that. It only took 12 seconds. We're gonna get her to contradict what I witnessed. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Really? Contradiction. He pushed him. Alright. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some of the students and they called the authorities. You didn't hear any noise? I'm gonna ask him about the falling down. According to you, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I remember how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never... That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. Please let me proceed with my cross-examination. I, for one, don't plan to win my case with a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, me, Faye. What's this? So, you two are acquainted. Yes, we met before once in an earlier trial. Was she my client? It's good to see you again, Madame Faye. Madame Faye. Madame Faye. What I witnessed. I've been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie were talking. He got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you sure he just collapsed on his own? In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. What do I do? We show contradiction. I would never lie in a court of law.
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness.
I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting
Don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. They won't let me do my own cross-examination. What? There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will, if you don't mind. I'd like to revise my testimony. I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting. I didn't hear anything unusual either. Bah! What do you mean? Okay, I guess I didn't hear anything unusual earlier. Bah! Okay, that's stupid. I should have been allowed to use the umbrella, but alright. You didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that he heard a loud noise. He said that? If you were really close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Objection. What if Phoenix Wright was the one who was lying?
The noise isn't all that memorable. Then why did Phoenix Wright hear it? It was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed like Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Very, very frightening me. So I played Galileo, Galileo, Galileo. Pick a rope, magnifico. She said something that could totally change the whole thing. There was lightning. There's a problem with the witness's testimony. There was lightning. Lightning is a large discharge of electricity. Wasn't it possible the victim just got struck by lightning? I must admit, the thought had not occurred to me. This guy's so stupid, I'm sorry. I can be a judge if this guy is. Premise Mr. Drug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be the death was actually accidental? I'll be taking that not guilty if...
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. You found that there were no lightning strikes on that day in that location. Oh, no. What's more, we have evidence the electrical cable is directly linked to the case. This affidavit, I don't know. The pharmacology students were conducting experiments in their labs. Let me read to the court the testimony. All the equipment in the lab lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Oh, then how was he shocked by the voltage? All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because of the severed cable. I'm stupid. Approximately 3 p.m., which sits at the time of death in the autopsy. Victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future, so the cables became so brittle that even the smallest bump. Old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4/9 at 2:55 p.m. Then why is it slightly after 3 on his watch? That wouldn't have snapped. It wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? I don't like how this is looking a bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain the momentum. I would like to state my opinion. There's something sketchy about the guy's watch. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Some sort of impact. I guess you say Doug? Well, Your Honor. No, you're wrong. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Yeah, my client totally did it. He heard a loud, sharp noise happened at 3 p.m. Lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which hits into Mr. Wright's timeline. It was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution actually claimed to that same. We're sure. You're wrong. Look at the watch. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Where the victim landed, it's by the electrical pole. The victim banged into the pole as a result being pushed. That caused the cable to break. Then why did he go right under the? Why did he go right underneath the thing? How did he move? Boom. And furthermore, if you look at his watch, someone totally moved him after Phoenix leaves. Dahlia moves him over. She's like, come over here, right underneath this severed electrical cable. Shocks him. Lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than how I remember them. What the? I'm gonna just lie to the police once more. May I testify one time? Please, Mr. Judge.
Of course, it's alright. Just go ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. This is it, Luigi. I see your true colors shining through. What I witnessed, part 2. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Ducky tried his best to run away from him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapped. And Jug being electrocuted all occurred in less than 1 minute. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Show the watch. Boom. Liar, liar, pants on fire. It appears that your trousers have become an inferno. Your trousers are ablaze. Objection. I'm afraid I don't understand. Look at this graph. Look at this graph. Every time I look, it makes me laugh. It's the wristwatch. It's the precise time the victim was electrocuted at 3:05 p.m. But the impact was at 2:55 p.m. You know, it said almost Christmas, and it wasn't Christmas. What exactly happened in the 10-minute period? The defense proposes that it was during this interval the real murderer killed Mr. Jug Swallow. Order in the court. What is this about? This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny the time between cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? Who was the murderer? It's gotta be Dahlia. Only one person who could have been the murderer. Who is the real killer? Yes, we're ready. I've been waiting for this. Yes, Your Honor, we're ready. If you accuse the wrong person, I will be penalized. Who is the real killer? Dahlia Hawthorne. Only could have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music and while cheering the both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Fay. What I'm trying to say is, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed this victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! And then you probably got Phoenix and was like, hey, can you please take the fall from me, Feeney? How can you say something so mean, Madam Fay? I didn't do anything. Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge you are. Oh, it's Phoenix! Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. Please strike everything the defense said from the record. You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Sorry. Get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone. I can't fake sneeze, I'm sorry. Oh, that boy, he's gotten himself way over his head. And he probably was involved in the earlier case, too. I found the police report on the incident in the newspaper clipping. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was looking for. Boom. Let's read it. District Courthouse Cafeteria. Victim Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation lawyer. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19 at the time. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's in the necklace. Details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh, that's why I stopped going into courtroom. Because Mia dated Diego Armando, whoever that is. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madam Fay, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you killed Doug Swallow, you tried to pin it on Phoenix Wright, and you killed my boyfriend, Diego Armando. I'm sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl's trying to ask what on earth her motive might be. The answer is in this police report. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building, and then they accidentally, quote-unquote, meet. The defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne about the events of the day she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Live evidence that suggests that she, in fact, has a very good reason. Well, very well then. The court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. How I met my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. You will be held. Okay, we press her. We make her reveal more. How I met my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse basement reading room the moment my eyes... Okay. Isn't it interesting how you're doing stuff? Maybe I present that at the same time. You were dating Doug Swallow. Oh, she left him exactly on that day. They call me George Pickle. They also call him the Great Jagini. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. That's Faye's place to meet the love of your life. Feeny was an art student who was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm talking about you. What was a literature student like you do in the courtroom? Nothing to do with our murder case. Judges... I keep pressing. That's how we play this game. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, let me continue. What are you doing downstairs in the reading room? I had to go for a paper I was writing. You're writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern sacred poetry and the criminal underworld. Am I getting old? No, I'm getting... Okay. Does a girl really come to this courthouse? That's what you want to know. You haven't forgotten the police report. Be sure to read it. Okay. That's what the game is trying to say, like, stop being stupid. Sacred or destiny. I guess we say. Oh, okay, yeah, we failed. Damn. Okay, I guess we press more. Alright, skip the beat. What was it about Mr. Right that made your heart malfunction? Looks like a snotty college. He's handsome. Best of playing, he's a diamond dungeon. Love is a serious thing and I object to this. If you look at my wife, you might be shocked. Beautiful mushroom like cow dung. Oh my god. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, we parted on good terms. Now we got bad blood. It was a clean breakup. It seems they both wanted it that way. Let's press further. You're saying Mr. Swallow wanted to leave you. And he also said bad things about you. What a cruel thing to ask, Lovely. I have never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have got a glimpse of her true nature. Find a contradiction in the testimony. Spent my darling Feeny 8 months ago. Up until 8 months ago. Okay. It's like we were destined to meet in this courthouse's reading room. Very little information happened in the cafeteria. Or on the internet. Lawyers speak to Hawthorne. It was in the cafeteria at 1 p.m. I guess we bring up this again. I don't know. Really? We could have done it over there. You weren't here because of your research. Did you come here for a more important reason? It happened on the same day as the other thing. Can I have just said, hey, you claimed that he was in the courtroom and... Okay, fine. Name of the suspect is in this court. It's Dahlia Hawthorne. The sweetie pie of everyone's eyes. She was the prime suspect of a criminal case just 8 months ago. Oh, so she was in court for the... Okay, I guess it was her trial for the thing. I was the main outlet. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Okay, I guess I misconstrued it. It just seems weird that they both happened in the court. Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime. Pull out your Magatama, Maya. I mean, Mia, sorry. I tied the two crimes together. Just stay on the offensive. You little... Shut up, man. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a voice acting. The poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment. It's a liquid poison that's lethal. I heard it's a very special type of poison. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Then... why do you have this? Her defense has more tricks up its sleeve. It's obviously in the thing, but alright. Poisoning. Okay, tell me what were you discussing? Was it your school project also? That's confidential. You're interviewed regarding another case, an incident I was caught up with when I was younger. That has absolutely nothing to do with the case. You get involved in a lot of incidents. I was just born under a bad sign. Oh, faint it, please. These two are making me ill. From liquid poison, how did you know? How much liquid is 2 teaspoons? It's about 2/3 of 2 teaspoons. And how much liquid can this hold? Yeah. Poison also found in the mug. After I left the table, someone must have quietly slipped it in there. I heard it's a very special type of poison. How? It's almost impossible for them to detect. That's what the policeman was saying. They were using advanced chemical processes. How did the criminal get something like that? So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. But no one else could show how you got in the poison. I think it's a good enough reason, Madame Faye. I've enough of Miss Faye's questions. We just have to show how she has the poison. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison. That's kind of interesting that you were dating a pharmacology student. I don't believe you. You had easy access to that kind of poison at your boyfriend's lab. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow, a pharmacology student at Ivy University. His laboratory contained a highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never obtain such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all, and then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You. No!
Order, could it be?
There's nothing but measles counts. May I say something, Madame Faye? Madame Faye? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons. In order to carry that much liquid, you need some container. I was searched immediately after the incident took place, but they didn't find a suspicious container anyway. I know that you have a suspicious container. I have proof! I have proof. Where's the container? Why, Your Honor, it's right here. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, that's why you passed it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case, and that's why you manipulated Phoenix Wright. And you didn't even like him. So the defendant was the witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. No, but that's a charming little necklace. This is a little bottle that's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day of the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence. The one piece! The one piece is real! You're saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, if I'm sure the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Okay, it's clear you did it, Dahlia. You're cooked. Stick a fork in her if she's done. It's me, Phoenix Wright. On behalf of Dolly, I object! Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. There's another reason, man. Have you thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you, anyway? I guess she must be madly in love with me, too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. It should be obvious to everyone. The real reason she's in love with... It's because of that necklace. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love around your neck. My necklace? You said to yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. She always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
Oh, she just wanted it on loan. And because it's irrefutable evidence. I'm sorry. She had to get it back. You're lying! But she never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, she insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she wanted to frame you for a crime. And she could get rid of Doug in the process, because Doug is the one she got the poison from. It's a lie! Oh, Mia, are you alright? Oh, the defendant, he's getting away! Bailiff, hurry after him! Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, you went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no, the bottle necklace is gone! He must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. That's the one thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright. That's my Phoenix Wright coughing impression, guys. I should really bring a water bottle, but I sleep. What did I do with the bottle necklace? I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give me back the necklace. I'm afraid I can't do that. I ate it. It's too big to swallow. I had to chew into little bits. What the? What? Does that mean he's poisoned? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? Might have had some poison left in it. Seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us that the bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. The defendant's still very much alive. As for the poison, more likely to fledgling the defense attorney's overactive imagination. I object, Your Honor. There must be some mistake. The bottle must have not had any poison, or it lost its potency. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client's the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Mrs. Hawthorne, with my life, which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of events. This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I prove so much, is she gonna get away with everything? Well, now that suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with it. Hold it! Yeah, you know, I don't want to go to jail now. I know you believe me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. Today I met Doug Swallow. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Just don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. And what if she put poison in your medicine? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is the defendant is Miss Faye. You tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. She did it. I'm sorry, man. So Dolly stole poison 8 months ago, too. There's only one possible conclusion. Stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. And it was Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's something desperately she wanted to get back. Who was she trying to kill? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Mr. Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else could it be that it could be. I thought they were in love. Poor Mr. Wright, this might be killing him. As I said, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. The one piece is real. Why would she go so far to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria. Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time, but there was one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor, it was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne, it appears we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne, but where's your evidence? It seems you're sniveling little crybaby about trying to eat in the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say there instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. With absolutely no proof, you can treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I have one piece of evidence I'd like to show you. It's the pill bottle. Because that's how the game works, is that they have the one thing that's random that, you know, has nothing to do with anything that, you can get fired. Well, I know that doesn't happen because I played the first game, but better think it over, Miss Faye, or should I say Miss Gay? I'm joking. Yes, I can, because there's always the random thing that you think has nothing to do with anything, but then you have to pull it out then. Rather lose my attorney's badge. Stupid woman. One piece of evidence. Giving Lawyer Plummets to Earth just before she gets the chance to score. The poison's probably in there. Okay, well, they're really trying to lay it on thick. Boom! Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X, Felix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallows, holding the medicine. Did he swallow the medicine? Are you kidding me? Really? Recall what happened. Where did she hide the evidence? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room. Mr. Phoenix Wright. She did the same thing as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This is so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about in the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She pushed him from behind, used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim, and on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. Her fingerprints weren't also on it, really? She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. Pinned it on some random guy. Doug Swallow. I don't know how she converted the poison from, like, a liquid form to the pill form. Maybe she, like, just, you know, dunked it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Please have a crazy breakdown. Really? Nothing? You're just gonna be like, oh, come on, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which of one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Was she behind the killing of her in game 1, case 2? I'll see you again too, Mr. Judge. I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. It's kind of anticlimactic. I don't know, anticlimactic. Hopefully she comes back in some, you know, insane final case for the trilogy. It's finally over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. Your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer said. Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yes. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie out, son. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? And then my hair falls out. Oh my god, my hair, it's flying off. My beautiful hair, no. Wow. Wow, dude, Pride Rock. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, Your Honor. I'll apply papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you're wrong. By the way, Miss Fay, was it me, or did you and Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on our case. She kind of killed my boyfriend. This cannot happen. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Very well done. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and end this trial. The court finds this defendant, Phoenix Wright, guilty. Guilty. He's guilty, Judge. He's guilty. Not guilty. Aw, man, I won the case. Yeah, yippee! This court is adjourned. April 11th, 3:16 p.m., blah, blah, blah. We know. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. I can't do a consistent voice for this guy. Mr. Grossberg, do you think maybe you could, stop talking about them? That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking. Go on. The Dolly I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. The Dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was a fake or something? This poor kid has no clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. That's probably for the best. You'll meet a spiky-haired prosecutor of your dreams. Relax a little more, grow up. Out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. He hangs out with Larry Butts, okay? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help, and if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. Say, Miss Fay, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But that's not, I think, exactly what a lawyer is. I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off and become a lawyer in 4 months, of course. 8 months. Wait, I guess this is five, I don't know. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. Okay, so he was 24 in game 1, so that was 3 years, and then there was 1 year and another year for this game, so it's 2019, I guess. Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. Turnabout memories, one might say. It also brings up some very precious ones. I learned how to point my finger in court. Memories I thought would never rise to the surface again. But Dahlia is back and causing mayhem. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In the court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to our words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. How Dahlia Hawthorne is literally killing people again. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. We're going to steal the moon. We save. Boom. And I think that means... Oh. It's time to end the stream. Thank you for going to this court case. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did as well. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'll maybe play Helltaker. I hope that's a stream appropriate game. Seems kind of fun from what my friends have told me. And it's free. I played Awaria and I liked it. I don't know if I'm going to be good at the, whole brain logic idea of everything, but who knows. But I'm going to say goodbye to you all. And as always,